Welcome to the Deasy Show. My name is Andrew. This is my wife, Beck.
Hello. I didn't say it. Yep.
Let's get into it. Okay, so today we're talking about why haters are losers.
Yes, and why winners never hate.
All right.
Winners never hate.
I sent you a
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's
little
what we
reel
did first.
to kick off.
Andrew sent me
Some
a reel.
comic relief. It's sort of tangentially relevant.
Okay. Yes, Coach Deasy. Woman Logic is the title above it. Okay.
She's stunning. Okay, I want you to rate this woman on a scale of 1 to 10. Oh, 9 or 10 easily, to be honest. Drop dead gorgeous.
It's a hippo.
Well, what if I told you that you look like her? Oh, so you think I'm fat? She's stunning.
Okay.
I want you to rate this woman on...
Okay, that's wild.
But it's not actually that wild.
It's true.
Just replace that.
It was a no bit. Well, they will see. Hey, they'll see the clip. Yeah. It's a hippo.
Yeah. It's not that wild. You just replace the hippopotamus with Lizzo, and
Yeah.
is it really any more ridiculous? No. It's about the same. Because we've got this bizarre social pressure to normalize everything and equalize everything and redefine everything into things that they aren't.
Yeah.
And it's a difference between stated and revealed preferences, which is basically what that video is about. It's like, I will virtue signal this thing, but then if I'm really tested, you will see my real thoughts and my real preferences. So there's often this big gap between what people say and what they really think. And that is kind of the tenuous segue into this why haters are losers thing. So when they're hating on successful people, there's like what they're saying, but then what they're really meaning is something else. And it's actually quite transparent, especially when you see it over and over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. Speaking of Instagram Reels, I saw this video of some of those, dude bro type influencer guys, and they've hired a Lamborghini, or I don't know, they've made enough money off of YouTube advertising or something that they're doing whatever. They're driving around and filming themselves in a Lambo or whatever. And then this guy just approaches them, and then this becomes content for them. So this is like when you're a hardcore influencer, everything can become content.
Yeah.
And so they're just young dude bros.
Yeah.
And this middle-aged, just loser-looking guy comes up and starts haranguing them through the window of whatever car. So that's sort of the point of view of the video. Okay. And he repeatedly says these strange things over and over and over again. And it's like, why are you saying this, dude? And he's describing a reality that is obviously his own reality that betrays what's going on in his head, but doesn't necessarily exist in the real world. Mm-hmm. He starts saying, what are you guys doing in my small town? And he mentions my small town like 5 times. Like, do you have small town syndrome or something?
Yeah.
And like, you're the wrong sort of person to be in my small town.
Right.
And then he says, you guys think you're powerful, but you're not.
Oh.
And like, these guys have done nothing, haven't spoken to him. And in this guy's little mind, there's this whole power dynamic just from someone existing who looks successful because they've got a supercar or something. Like I said, they probably rented it to make content or something.
Yeah.
But in this guy's mind, he's like so threatened just by the presence of some appearance of social status hierarchy that he just comes right out and expresses it. And then and rails against it. And these people are the problem because their existence, or their existence of that flash car that they're in, have now made him feel a certain way. And now those guys are the problem. They're the bad people. They need to change their behavior. They need to fuck off.
Leave.
They need to fuck off entirely. And it's all just within his own head. And he's got no self-awareness, so it's all just coming out. And these guys are just baffled and laughing at him. And they probably got a viral video out of it.
Yeah. So it's like triggering this inferiority.
Correct.
For this guy that he I guess he's assuming that they're successful and have money, and he doesn't have the equivalent for whatever their age is.
Yeah.
So then he's saying that it's a small town, so like you don't belong here. People don't show off their money or whatever. He's trying to say to make himself feel better about the fact that he doesn't have a Ferrari. I mean a Lamborghini. Whatever.
I don't know what it was. Whatever.
Same thing in my
Same
mind.
thing, yeah. But it's just this, yeah. He's obviously walking around feeling a lack of status and then thinking that because it's on his mind, it's on everybody else's mind as well. And that he's now projecting into the heads of these guys that are just young kids trying to get attention and make money or something, that they feel a sense of power over other people, the small town people. It's like, what are you talking about, dude? Everyone's living their own lives. Only real weirdos are strutting about, actively thinking about how superior they are in some social status hierarchy to somebody else.
Yeah.
And it is really weird because if you do have social status and hierarchy, it's probably because you earned it somehow. You've probably been busy working on yourself, getting your money up, getting your physique up or whatever. You've probably been quite intensely focused on your own process. And then that's why you're successful. And so I don't know how much time and energy the average successful person is putting into pondering how superior they are to other people.
Yeah, I don't think they are at all.
No.
Because they're more focused on themselves and like what they need to do, what work they're doing right now. And
yeah, doing something positively productive.
Yeah.
In whatever area it is, that then incidentally results in some kind of visible sign of status, of achievement, of accomplishment or something. But to the loser mentality, that's like all they see. They just sort of come in at the end where there's now a visible gap in status, and then they get emotional about it, and then shit comes out of their mouth.
Yeah.
And it's like... And now, okay, you've actually highlighted the status gap, the difference.
Maybe it's also one of those people who never leaves their small town to go chase their dreams or whatever. So they're sort of stuck in that small town forever. So it's like those kids are reminding him of that sort of thing. Like he never went and did what he wanted to do. Because those people who never leave the town that they grew up in and they sort of always stay the same, and that is how it is.
Yeah, it's giving, as the kids say, those vibes.
Yeah.
That there's some sort of backstory there, that he had some dream or whatever, and he never pursued it or he failed at it, and it's unfair that these young kids have got a supercar, and he couldn't probably because there's some excuses.
Yeah,
It's different circumstances, and I didn't have the opportunity or whatever.
To leave the small town.
Yeah, to break out of the mold, do something different, do something bigger and better, or whatever. Because the vast majority, like I'm sure everybody else in that small town didn't do that. Didn't go and harass these guys and wag a finger in their face about showing off how powerful they feel. Like, it's craziness.
Maybe they're all happy being in this small town.
Maybe they're happy, yeah. Maybe
That's why they stayed there.
Exactly.
There are people who are happy.
Of course.
Good for them.
The vast majority of them are probably just living their own lives, doing their own thing, making their own choices, and happy about it, more or less. It's only that the fact that you feel probably so bad that this was so triggering that you had to go and open your mouth and create something out of nothing. And I'm bringing that up because that is so jarring and so strange to watch that. But if you're in the realm of fitness, improving your body composition, improving your aesthetics, you get exactly the same ludicrous, insane interaction all the goddamn time. And it's normalized. Mm-hmm. So many people are that insecure middle-aged guy lashing out at somebody who's got more, working harder, done better. And it just it almost goes without comment. And it just doesn't have to be that way. Like, we've spoken recently about how I got out of shape in the sort of the middle of this year, and then injured myself and got more out of shape.
Oh yeah.
And then
Injured your back.
finally got back
Quite
in the
bad.
gym. I'm pretending that my back doesn't still hurt. I'm just pissed off. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to start
that's
sorting
right.
it out. And obviously, to the extent that I have feelings, I don't feel great about myself. I'm not happy about my own circumstances.
Yeah.
Some of it's my fault. Some of it's bad luck. But I'm not happy with where I'm at. And I'm going into the gym. And literally, the first thing I saw when I turned the corner past reception was this dude reaching for the weight plates with this jacked and ripped up. It looked kind of like that, actually. No, maybe not quite that good. But this jacked, ripped arm. And the first thing that went through my head whilst I'm walking and going, oh, I'm fat, I've lost my gains, not happy. I saw this jacked, ripped dude. The first thing that went through my head, so this is not stated, this is revealed preferences, was nice.
Right.
And I didn't say it out loud because that would probably be creepy and a little gay.
Yeah, you're probably like, what?
But it's honestly the first thing that went through my mind was nice. So I see somebody who's doing better than me. I made my own choices, and then I had some misfortune. Whatever the cause, he's doing better than me at this moment, and I'm immediately inspired.
Yeah. I mean, that obviously happens to me all the time because I'm tiny. And all, like, literally all women are, like, more built than me. Well, mostly.
In Canggu.
Yeah, in Canggu, sorry, not in Australia.
Not in the
Australia,
world.
I'm amazing. But no, in Canggu, yeah, like, even when I left the gym this morning, I saw this girl coming down the steps because I was at that other gym. And then I just...
What other gym? That goofy
Bodycraft.
one you maybe go to? Yeah.
It's not goofy, it's great. It's like no one really there. But no, there was this girl coming in when I was leaving, and I just looked up the stairs, and all I could see was her massive, like, glutes and quads. And I was like, whoa. Like, she's, like, proper built. And I was like, yeah, awesome. And then she came in. I was, like, getting my stuff to leave, and she came in. She's like, hi. She was, like, really nice as well.
I hope you told her off. You should
What?
immediately tell.
Don't talk to me.
Stop thinking you're so powerful and awesome.
Don't talk to
you
me.
shouldn't
Why
be.
are you looking at me? No. So good for her as well. That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
Like, you've done a lot of work
Obviously.
to build that volume of muscle. Yeah.
And
That's the same thing you're saying. Yeah.
yeah, and so this is the stuff that we tell our clients, and when you get real results, people will notice, and then they will react. Okay?
Yeah.
But how they react really doesn't have anything to do with you. It's got everything to do with them. So we will react in the ways that we just said. Other people, like regardless of whether they're in shape or out of shape, will react in a similar way. And then other people will be haters. They will be bitter about it, triggered because it touches something going on that's negative in their own psychology.
Yeah.
And then they
maybe jealous.
jealous, resentful,
Right.
and they don't have the filter. Because that's the other thing. Like, even if I was jealous and resentful, I would go, hey, I should shut my mouth, because if I express these hateful things, I'm just exposing the fact that I have low self-esteem and I'm feeling shitty about myself. So there's also a lack of a filter, a lack of pride, a lack of dignity.
Well, yeah, it's a lack of self-awareness, like you were saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it blows my mind that I would, if I felt insecure and inferior and stuff, I would feel the urge to maybe do something like that dumb reaction and then go, oh, no, don't do that. That would be embarrassing. I would be embarrassed to project to the world, hey, I feel shit about myself, and I'm going to tell you out loud the excuses that I previously told myself to make myself feel better about what I don't really feel good about.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So I've got a client
Yes.
who recently had both in the same week. Because as I was about to say, like when you actually get results, people will notice, people will react, and there's different reactions. So she was in a social situation. I've got to try and be super vague to not identify people. But she was in a social situation with this overweight woman who was aggressively pushing snacks on my client, knowing full well that she's not going to eat them because she's on a mission. And she's done extremely well in terms of getting in shape, and she's still going.
Yeah.
So doing the active sabotage thing, trying to drag her down to her level.
It is. Yeah.
But then also, this hater would be, every time she reaches for more snacks, would say over and over and over again, don't judge me, but I'm having another one. And again, this is the projection of, if I was you, I would be judging me. Like, I'm a negative, petty, spiteful person, and I'm out there judging other people for their actions and choices. And so I assume that everyone is like me. And if you've gotten in shape and you're continuing to get in shape, God, you must look down on me. Because I look down on me. That's what it really means. It's like, I'm not impressed with myself. I know that I've got myself, heaps out of shape, and I'm not proud of the fact that I'm reaching for more snacks and I'm making the situation worse again. And you sitting there in shape whilst I'm out of shape and then actively choosing to get more out of shape is just a mirror showing me what I don't like about myself and what I'm not proud of. And it's just making me uncomfortable. And it's so uncomfortable that I have to break the tension by saying all of these dumb things that just don't need to be said.
Yeah.
And the weird social pressure is that the person who is in shape, the person or getting in shape, now there's an onus on you as the successful person to be magnanimous about it and to manage the other person's feelings, which is why this shit continues. So with the dumb guy abusing the kids about, you think you're so powerful with their car, they just laughed in his face and filmed it and made him famous.
Right.
Right? So it's a massive call out for you and your small town, small dick energy. Mm-hmm. But the fat woman doing the same thing to the fit woman is then Satan incarnate. If she goes, I think the problem's with you, mate. Like, if you don't like being fat, why don't you stop? You don't have to be a bitch.
Yeah.
Record scratch. Like, you can't call, even though it's the other person who initiates this bizarre social interaction that's totally unfair to the person who is in shape. The person who is in shape now feels the social pressure to be magnanimous and kind about it and manage the other person's feelings that they're having this toddler-like tantrum about. Mm-hmm. And by and large, we do. Like, we just go, oh, yeah, okay, you've got your excuse. Okay, well, no, it must be hard for you. It's
Well, everyone, has to do their own thing, and everyone has their own journey. Don't worry about it, that sort of thing.
Yeah, we placate them and agree with whatever their excuses and delusions are. Okay, whatever, because that's the polite thing to do. And so nothing changes. And it's kind of like that, rate this girl. Oh, she's a 9 or a 10 easily. Like, there's a pressure to do that. There's a pressure to lie.
Yeah. Of course, with women, yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Men, no. I don't think men really have to go through any of this.
Oh, but they'll do it with
the car. Okay, the car.
The car. It'll be some other
success.
Yeah.
Money. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because women are sex objects and men are success objects. So things that sort of tie into your primary agency start cutting close to the quick in terms of your self-esteem and self-image and whatnot. So, yeah, guys will definitely do that. These sorts of conversations, the male equivalent probably happens on a golf course or something, where someone's talking about what level of the C-suite they're in, and
this is like men hating on Trump.
Yeah.
Because didn't Trump go from being negative 900 million at some point in his life?
Yeah.
To now being like a billionaire?
Yeah. Yeah, he's
He
gone
was,
broke a couple of times.
Yeah, he was like totally broke and worked so hard to get back in the green. And then people are like, well, he's terrible at business. It's like, scoreboard.
What colour's your Bugatti?
You're terrible at business. No, I don't think he is. And that's the thing. Failure also makes you more successful if you're going to get up and try again. Because failure is just an opportunity to learn. So, yeah.
Yeah. And
Unless you want to stay down as a loser, if you get back up, you're going to keep winning.
yeah. And most of those super rich dudes seem to have similar stories in that they have the big wins because they take the big risks, and because they take the big risks, they have big losses. And like I know I used to train a guy who was small time. Instead of $1 billion, we're talking about tens of millions of dollars. And yeah, he went broke twice, and came back. And I think the loser will particularly hate that person because, and this is the other thing that ties into sort of getting in shape, is that person, if they're broke, if they're down and out, then they don't have any advantage other than what's inside them, how they think, how they work. So it's not fine, but it's more understandable to hate the trust fund kid. And I guess Trump was, I started from nothing. I got a small loan of $1 million from my dad. So he didn't start from nothing.
Yeah.
But then if he's been at zero, if he's been at minus $900 million or whatever it was, and then can still come back, it's like, well, if he can start at minus 900 and be rich, and if being rich is important to you and you're not at minus 900, then you've got absolutely no excuse. That's exactly the same when it comes to getting in shape. Like, everyone has a body. Proteins, fats, and carbs are the same for everybody. Dumbbell curls are the same for everybody. Doing mindless calorie burning is the same for everybody. So
Yeah.
everybody can do it. So everybody knows it's a choice. So deep down, you made different choices. And if you're not okay with that, then the solution is to fix it rather than try and tear down other people.
So you can feel okay. Yeah, and so in psychology there is this like phenomenon called the winner effect, which is basically suggesting that there is a positive reinforcement loop in that when you have previously won things, previously succeeded at things that you wanted to succeed at, so you're winning. Basically what happens is there is a change in neurochemistry in that there is an increase in dopamine and an increase in testosterone. So therefore you are more sensitive to winning again, to future wins. You're working towards them, say, more fiercely, fiercelessly. So you're like, what was the word?
Fiercelessly, apparently, is the word.
Fearlessly, sorry.
I think that's what you meant, yeah.
What's the word?
Fierce or fearlessly.
Okay, either of those.
Fiercely or fearlessly.
Sorry. Yeah, so it is a positive reinforcement loop in that you're going to continue to strive to keep winning because of how good it felt to win previously with that change in brain chemistry. Mm-hmm. And so that, in a sense, is why winners can keep winning. Mm-hmm. I don't really know about losers or haters. I just know that, like, Team Granite would win everything over and over again. And haters always hated.
Yeah.
And maybe there was that change in neurochemistry as well. So say if you're me and you're like, okay, I got third or something the first time I competed. That's great. Awesome. So happy with that. So I'm going to keep working hard and keep learning more and keep trying harder so that I can do better next time. Great. Good on me. Keep going. And then there would be people who would be just losers and competing over and over again and kind of losing and doing everything they can to sort of get some sort of wins on the board by sucking up to various people, and then they lose again. And then so in order to make themselves feel better, they're like, well, that person is clearly on drugs, so that's why she won as a fitness model, not because she's better than me. And then I'm not talking about myself, talking about other competitors. But yeah, So that's the solution for losers. It's to always tear down winners, isn't it?
Yep.
Instead of being like, wow, you look amazing. Like, I want to look more like you. It's you can't even identify that person is looking better than you. It's like, well, you just took drugs, so that's why you're allowed to look that way. And I do everything I possibly can to look just like this. So the end, you're on drugs.
Yeah, the other thing
It's terrible.
The other thing we allegedly did was collude with judges and promoters. Right. So the fact that we
you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. The fact that we won all the time was just further proof that obviously it's corrupt and we're cheating. Yeah. So I don't know what the psychology term is. You're the psychologist, not me. But I would say the opposite of that winner effect would be learned helplessness. And that's something that I learned about as a lay student of psychology. And I see that a lot in the fitness body composition realm. It's the I've tried everything and nothing works. So it's the reinforcement of failure. And it's why I've always been really, really big on getting my clients to never practice failing, because you normalize it. So you want to make one decision to do things the right way, and then follow through and get shit done. And then you start to trigger the winner effect, where you generate what I call the expectation of success, which I guess is the winner effect. I expect to succeed because I know what I'm doing the right stuff. I know that I have done it before, so it is likely that I will do it again. Mm-hmm. What else is going to happen but success?
Yeah.
So this same client, in the same week that she had that sort of run-in with the hater and the snacks, was at the gym and got pulled aside by one of the people who works at the gym to say, hey, your results are amazing. Just wanted to let you know that it's awesome. You don't see many people around here getting results like that. Good for you.
Right, that's so good.
Exactly the same stimulus, completely different response. And then she said, you told me this would happen. You tell everyone that this will happen.
Of course.
When you get real results, people will notice and then they will react. It's just going to happen. Mm-hmm. And there's two levels to it. One is the transformation, when they saw you before and they see you now.
Yeah.
And the other one is when you keep going for 2 or 3 years. Not everyone is a genetic superstar, but if you do your best, if you really apply yourself for 2 or 3 years, you will look fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You will look so good that people who don't know you, didn't see you transform, they will react to that as well. So that's the next level. So that there's two. One is the change, and the other one is just
You're always amazing. Yeah, okay.
Separating yourself from the norm, which will take 2 or 3 years for most people, to such an extent that people are compelled to comment, either positively or negatively as well. The same thing will happen. I remember a client years ago who wasn't even posing in the bathroom mirror. She's at the gym and was just washing her hands before leaving or something. And some woman came out of the toilet stall, saw her in the mirror, glared at her.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. And then said, well, you won't have that waistline after you have kids.
Oh, my God, that's so mean. Why are people so mean?
Because they're losers.
Yeah.
So that's the sort of thing that will happen. And, the same client would probably have people going, oh my God, your arms are amazing. What do you do for your arms? That will happen as well. So if you just look so good that you trigger a response, then you've got results. Just by existing, you change the internal emotional state of others. That's how you've really reached a level. So we've got this idea that we have to call the hippopotamus a 9 or a 10. We're all equal, beauty at every size, blah, 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 all this Marxist bullshit. But in reality, the fact is, as herd animals, we've got this social pressure, an instinct, a drive to fit in with our tribe and to compete within the social status hierarchy of our tribe. So we've got to be a part of it, but also level up. And people are immediately aware that they are lower on the totem pole than you because of what you have achieved. And then that triggers something in them, and then they've got to start running their mouths. And yeah, if you are at the bottom of the totem pole and you're feeling bad about it, then you're going to externalize that, project it onto other people,
Right.
start expressing resentment and jealousy and all this sort of thing. But you won't say, I am jealous of you, I am resentful because you are better than me. Instead, you cope and you either redefine that success as actually you're not successful, you're too lean, you're too skinny, you're actually ugly because you don't have enough body fat on you, or the way you're training isn't healthy, and the way I do things is better because I've got a higher moral virtue of training for longevity or to look after my kids or something, and you just care about having a big glutes, so I'm a better person than you, and what you're doing is invalid. So they'll either invalidate the superiority, which they are reacting to, or they will start explaining to you, without you asking, all the reasons why it's actually easy for you and impossible for
Yeah.
me.
That's why you can do it, because you have an easy life.
You have an easy life.
And I have a hard life.
Yeah, you don't understand what it's like to be me. You wouldn't last a mile in my shoes.
Yeah.
A different client actually just posted in Fico Club about that, saying her personal favorite, i.e. sarcasm, is it must be nice to have the time. It must be nice to have the time to go to the gym.
Yeah.
And, this is, again, somebody who gets up at 2 a.m, 4 a.m, or whatever to make sure that the gym gets done, which also describes the other person I was talking about. But because, well, how about that? It's actually pretty common that these people who achieve uncommon success are doing uncommon things.
Yeah.
In order to fit
they
everything in the day.
don't spend a lot of time wasting time. Yeah, like I have a client who is a doctor, and then she has 4 kids, and her husband is also a doctor. So, like, as a GP, you have like long hours. Sometimes you have like super long shifts, depending on where you work. If you're in hospital or like a normal practice, but like that's already a lot to have 4 kids, and then also both you and your husband are doctors. So that's like taking up a lot of your time as well. And then she still gets all her training done and hits her macros. So yeah, winners really do keep winning.
Winners just keep winning, and they make it happen because they make it a choice and they make it a priority, and that's it. And yeah, I know I've had so many clients over the years where I look at them and just go, how the fuck do you do it? Like fly in, fly out mine workers that do 12-hour shifts driving a Tonka truck in the dirt or something, but then the mine is a half an hour or an hour away from the campsite. So they all sort of muster together, get on buses and go to the site. So the day is 13 or 14 hours.
Yeah.
And then the gym is some small thing at a mining camp.
Yeah.
And the only time you can train is the same time that everybody else can train as well. And there are no other choices of gyms. So what do you think that's like?
Yeah.
And they go and prep for a full-blown fitness model competition and do well. And, they also don't have a grocery store and they don't have a full kitchen. So I'm baffled, but people can do it. So
Yeah.
it's that thing where the moment you start that, like, unless you've got some genuinely debilitating physical malady, anything short of that, there's somebody out there who has invalidated your excuse. In fact, there's like thousands of people out there, millions, who have invalidated the very excuse, the very reason that you are comforting yourself with of why you have actually deprioritized your own health and fitness. Many people have invalidated those excuses because they have the same circumstances or worse and succeed anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so that's the person who gets hated the most. Because not only are you rubbing your higher achievement and status in my face, you're also invalidating my excuses, you bastard.
Yes, that's a good point.
So somebody who's like genetically gifted and it actually is easy for them, that's almost a relief to the hater loser.
Yeah.
Because there is a difference. Oh, right. Well, you're 19 and you live at home with your mum and, you don't have a real job or stress, so it's easy for you. Like, maybe you can come up with these excuses and there's some validity to them. Feel more comfortable about that. But it's like when you're a 40-something-year-old mum and someone else is a 40-something-year-old mum, and you got all the same circumstances and time pressures, but one person prioritizes things differently, doesn't put a hand in the snacks all the time, and the other one does, then there's no wiggle room. There's no validity to those excuses and no comfort. that's a self-comforting thing, these lies and these bullshit excuses. You're
Yeah.
removing that comfort. So not only are you highlighting their low status and their low achievement, but you're also removing the little comfort blanket that they give themselves of lies and excuses.
Yeah.
And then it's just so unfair because this is a, we'll say this hypothetical 40-something-year-old mum is just like, what? I just didn't want to be fat anymore, so I got in shape and I didn't do anything to you, and now you hate me for it.
Yeah. And that is, that is, so if we're speaking about granite girls back in the day, they were just hated for existing.
Well, they're hated for existing on top of the podium in
Yeah.
every division, in every show, every year.
But even say if they hadn't even competed yet, just to show up at the show, like, just people would be like, you can just sense the difference in the room when we would just like arrive.
Yep.
That sort of granite phenomenon is, I may as well call it that, is what can happen as well with people who take on the Accidentally Hot challenge or the Blitz around the world. There are all these women who are doing it and having this same sort of feeling that we had, like, that I had, just being like, what? Like, why do you hate us so much? Like, we didn't do anything wrong. We just did what the coach told us to do, and then we showed up at the comp. And that really is like when you're a new competitor and you just show up. I remember showing up the first time and wondering why certain people hated us, or we were being heckled on stage even at times back in the day. We would be heckled, like yelled at on stage.
Yeah, heckling and abuse would happen on stage, yeah.
And I was just like, what? Like, I just wanted to do a bodybuilding show. Why does everyone hate us?
That's my fault,
the
sorry.
same thing, like, with these people maybe who are just doing Accidentally Hot, and then if they live in towns in America where it's quite normal to sort of overeat or not ever exercise, then they are now the granite girls from back then. So it's a good thing if you are experiencing that. Good for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a positive sign. And like in the perverse and bonkers world of bodybuilding, it's the highest honor is to have haters. It's honestly, and people who aren't in it will think I'm joking, but it's honestly a fantasy of bodybuilders. And it will come out, again, this is the whole lack of self-awareness thing. It'll come out in memes and it'll come out in their social media captions because they will post themselves 5 times a day with the caption, working hard in silence to silence the haters. I was like, dude, no one knows who you are. No one cares. But the ultimate status symbol is to be so significant and to affect so many people that loads of people hate you for your success. So bodybuilders are totally in tune with this psychological phenomenon that we're talking about to the extent that it's the crowning glory. It's better than winning a comp is having a whole bunch of people hate you because it's the ultimate proof that you must be good.
Yeah.
And they will invent them in their head. They're literally in the gym going, yeah, but you don't like seeing this, do you? Look at me go. And I'm making you hate me more. Like,
I don't know what this is.
They're
but
fucking
okay.
crazy. Yeah, it's a thing. Yeah, I sort of almost forgot about the whole how much we were hated. And for those
I blacked that out.
for those people who think, well, aren't you just doing it right now, Deezy? Aren't you living this fantasy of thinking everybody hates you for your success? We'd have people who come from other teams and coaches, and then they would tell us that their whole group chat on comp day, it was dominated by people bitching about us. So there's like a coach and their sort of team or whatever. They spend a lot of their time talking about us. And I'm just so reminded of that scene in Mad Men in the later seasons where the central character's starting to go off the rails and stuff. And he gets into the lift with this young guy, and this young guy says something to the words of something to the effect of, I feel sorry for you. And he's like wildly successful, and the problem is he's too successful, and then that ruins his life. But this guy says, I feel sorry for you. And the main character looks at him. In fact, he might not even look at him. He just goes, really? I don't think about you at all.
Yeah.
And that is so Team Granite.
That's the truth.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, now you're digging up all the
Yeah,
memories.
it would happen a lot. People would be like, "Oh, I got this bikini color because you wore this last season, and I've been following you for ages." And those are like the people who are
They're inspired.
aspiring
Yeah,
to be
yeah, yeah.
winners. Yeah, so stuff like that. You'd be like, oh, "Okay, great, like nice to meet you," and then to hear that there would be so much hate like at the show about just specifically about us is like so wild because we just really weren't paying attention to other people. Like
That's not how winning is done.
We would pay attention if we were beaten, and then you have to, instead of being mad about that, take a step back and see, okay, then what did she do better than whomever we thought might have won that specific title? And then you just have to be like, okay, well, they had this, so got to do better at that next time. Instead of being like, I hate you, you ruined my life. Like, okay, like, job well done to you.
I think I can do both. I think I can be mad about losing and see why we lost and sort out, okay, how can we do it better?
Yeah.
But yeah, I really don't think about all that hate anymore because we're so separated and insulated from it nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think about it at all.
It is pretty funny though. It's very funny.
Yeah, now that I think about it, how like crazy it was to come in for the first ever show, first ever season, and be completely oblivious to that, and then be thrown into it and realize like everyone, like, yeah, I think the first time I realized when I was on stage and I could hear people yelling at us, especially me and Hoff, and I was like, what is happening?
Yep. Well, I mean, and again, because it sounds, people aren't going to believe this. I mean, we sound ridiculous saying this stuff. It sounds unbelievable, but I would have told you beforehand, like, okay, you're on Team Granite now, which means you're Darth
It's
Vader.
probably best that you didn't.
Well, I did. I every season I would say, if you're going to post on social media, don't say that you've got anything to do with me, because you will just triple the hatred straight away. Don't.
Yeah, definitely don't post where you're from and all that.
Yeah.
Just don't post anything. Just don't exist.
Yeah. So I used to keep it very secret.
Yeah, we had to.
Who my clients were, which then actually added legitimacy to when I say no, that there's definitely no favoritism or preference, because I keep it bloody secret, because it was actually the opposite. As soon as somebody found out, they're like, right, try and find a way to keep her off the podium. Because then not all the other coaches, but a lot of other fake coaches, not the good coaches. The good coaches I'd be friends with.
Yeah, because they're
also winning stuff, and it's
equally
fine.
as hard as you, cared equally as much as you about your clients having a successful time. And yeah.
They're focused on their own clients and their own stuff. And so, yeah, we'd have beers after the comp and stuff. But then there'd be the fake coaches who aren't competent, and their lack of competence shows up in the fact that their clients fail. And then here we go. Now we've got that totem pole, we've got that social status hierarchy thing going on, and they're feeling bad about it, and so then they lash out.
Yeah.
Yes, you mentioned Accidentally Hot. With the results have been flooding in, which are awesome.
Exactly, yeah.
And no doubt, so many people who have just done this over the last 8 weeks can relate to all the little anecdotes that we've been saying, because it just happens all the time. It's a stereotype. And a reminder that anyone who's still doing it as part of the launch special, this weekend, by the time this podcast is uploaded, this weekend is the cutoff to get your entries in. And then I'm going to have to sort of go through and shortlist and find winners and stuff, and we'll do the announcement hopefully on the podcast, which would be cool, later on. And then all of the winners out there, not the winners of the AH, but the winners in life, winners in attitude, can see that and be inspired, and the haters will hate. But that's fine. Because haters going to hate. And if you would like to stop being a hater and a loser, also by the time this podcast goes up, the sales cart for the last blitz of the year should be live. So hopefully there'll be a link below with a link to that. And that will sort you out. It has cured haters. People who have...
Yeah, that is true.
People who have tried everything and nothing works. The Blitz is all about changing your mind. So it's an 8-week challenge crammed into 10 weeks, for those who don't know. And the first week is a preseason week, most of which is psychology, to be honest. It's talking about mindset and education around how brutally simple this getting in shape thing actually is. Because once you've learned helplessness, once you've practiced failure for the last 10, 20, 30 years, with the soup cleanse diet and the mushroom tea and the, you know, just whatever dumb stuff you've been doing, you've probably picked up a few hints and tips from 100 different kinds of stupid. So you've got this really messed up idea of how changing your body composition is actually done. And what the Blitz does is brutally shove all the dumb out of your head and just install, in the most simple and clear ways possible, these are the priorities, this is what you have to get done. And let's get your emotions out of it. Let's get how you see yourself out of it. Your identity is, oh, I always try and I always fail. Let's get that out of the way. Let's get the false notions of hormones or magical diet foods or whatever dumb thing. Let's get them all out of the way. And let's purely focus on these are the inputs that will stimulate the adaptation in your body. These are reasonable outputs. We will measure and we will accurately and intensely and consistently put those inputs into the system. And then we will measure the outputs. And we expect to see, with our expectation of success, certain things happening. And if they are happening, it's confirmation that your inputs are correct. If the outputs are not happening, it's confirmation that your inputs are incorrect and we need to tighten them up. And it's only going to be a small number of things. It's definitely not easy, but it definitely is simple. Once you have someone big and scary enough to go, everything you think is dumb, shut up. Just do this, just do this, just do this. And it will force you to get those results. And that's been proven thousands of times over the last, how long has it been? 8 years? 9 years? No, not that long.
I feel like it's been at least a decade.
The last 1,000,000 years of results.
Yeah, and what you're saying is if you want to get some wins on the board and therefore continue to win because of the psychological phenomena, which is the winner effect, so you're going to keep winning, do the Blitz.
Do the Blitz. Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, it's guaranteed to work. Like it's literally guaranteed to work. The only, your only opposition is yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can derail it. But if you hit your macros and train, you will improve. If you keep doing that for 2 or 3 years, you will be amazing. You won't win competitions. You won't be on the cover of a fitness model magazine. But whatever your best is will be awesome. You physically, whoever you are, have the capacity to improve yourself so much that your presence makes other people uncomfortable and they start spitting hate and vitriol at you. It will happen. This is why, my clients always say, wow, you told me so. Like you said this would happen and holy shit, it did. I can't believe someone stopped me in a supermarket to talk about my body. These are the sorts of things that will happen as a result of getting the inputs right. Done. And so the Blitz is about that. So it's not about, does this work for me or, does it work for some people? No. It just works.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, right answer.
It's the correct answer. So, yeah, if you want to join the winner's circle, join the Blitz. And it's going to be, we're mixing it up. We're adding to it.
Yeah.
We're revolutionizing it. Or it's probably more of an evolution than a revolution. Blitz 3.0, we're going to call it. We're going to have some extra Becky Lou content in there.
With my inability to speak English.
Yeah.
It's going really well for me lately.
Well, maybe we can have
the University of Queensland wants their degree back. A little bit confused.
Maybe we'll get someone in the corner to do sign language or someone to translate Becky Louisms into English. I don't know, something.
Yeah, I'm creating my own language here. It's okay.
You forge your own path linguistically. There's no doubt about it. It's endlessly entertaining. So, some extra Becky Lou content. It's going to be some extra stuff around macros, extra stuff around training videos to spell out those basics. So it was always beginner friendly.
But then we're also doing our live Q&As. And our inner circle video calls.
Yeah. So
the more community focused stuff. So you can be surrounded by more and more winners.
More and more winners. Exactly. That's a whole other psychological phenomenon.
Which is also really drives you to want to continue to win, because I think that was also one of the magical things about Team Granite was being surrounded by people who were working just as hard or harder, and then sort of going into things like posing practice and people being like way better than you or just like amazing. And you're just like, wow, I need to work way harder because I am shit. I am garbage. But because of that, because you're surrounded by winners, you do work harder and then you yourself become a winner. I mean, that is pretty much what happened to me. I remember being in posing the first time with Shay and I was like, cool, I'm done. I'm garbage. What the fuck am I doing here? And then your answer is just like, well, do the work.
Yeah. Again, I'd break posing down into, okay, here's some fundamental basics, do that.
Yeah.
Then get better and just do competency-based learning and everyone can get there. Yeah, but that's the show me your friends and I'll show you your future thing that Dan Pena talks about. Powerlifters talk about it as well. Like, if you want to be strong, why aren't you in a powerlifting gym? If you go to a gym where everyone squats 400 pounds...
I don't know any powerlifting gyms around here, do you?
No.
There's an opening in the market.
No. There isn't. Canggu people do not want to do powerlifting. Canggu people are beautiful. We don't we don't have messy, ugly beards. We don't have plaid shirts. We're not covered in chalk. We're a bit too classy for powerlifting, us Canggu types.
You're right.
But yeah, like, if you want to be strong, go to a powerlifting gym. Because I've seen, I can't remember which coach it was, I apologize, who said, yeah, if you go to a gym where everyone squats 400 pounds, what do you think you're going to do? Eventually, you're going to squat 400 pounds. And it's not even eventually. Because it's normal, you're going to squat 400 pounds in the shortest possible time. Whereas someone like me, going to random gyms or finding bodybuilding gyms or something, it took a million years for me to ever squat 400 pounds. But if I had a different mindset and then surrounded myself with a different environment and had different coaching, I probably would have got to that 400 pound squat pretty quickly, because it's actually not that big of a deal. But compared to, you never see that in a commercial gym. If I squat 400 pounds in a commercial gym,
and then in
people stop and
these
stare.
purple gyms, that's not allowed. What's the purple gym? Planet Fitness. Is that it?
Planet Fatness.
Yeah, and they have signs being like, don't put 4 fucking weights on that side because you're kicked.
Yeah,
it's just like,
don't be awesome. Don't be hot. Don't be strong. Don't be impressive. We'll kick you out. Yeah. It's a gym for haters. It's a gym for
But there are a lot of those people too, so that's their business model. So they're still making loads of money.
Of course. And this is, what I keep saying. I'm ready to sell out. Like, when there's a way that I can just tell people what they want to hear instead of telling them what they need to hear, I'll start making a shitload more money. So maybe we'll put that on the to-do list for next year. It's just sell out. Just come up with some scam. What would you like? Instant results with no effort by buying something? Okay, I'll sell that to you. Fine. That's what most people are doing out there. That is the majority of the fitness industry. Heaps and heaps of good people, but totally overcrowded with bullshit artists who are just going, right, you got a loser mentality, you got learned helplessness, you don't think results are possible, you think you don't have an internal locus of power, you're not in control, you're not driving this process, you want to outsource it to a supplement or to some device that you wear at night or something. I'll sell it to you. Sure. Whatever your emotional insecurities are, and yeah, I'll just profit off of that.
That reminds me of like that OxyShred nighttime. There'd be like OxyShred day and OxyShred night.
Good Lord.
I don't.
So for those who don't know, OxyShred, back in the day, in my
OxyShred
day,
is like fine as a pre-workout if you don't want caffeine. I mean, if you don't drink coffee, sorry, because you do want caffeine. But then I can't comprehend why you would think it's necessary to drink something like that at nighttime.
It's not a
And
pre-workout.
it would be like the sales angle is like, lose weight while you sleep. Some BS.
Yeah. So OxyShred back in my day was a real fat burning supplement because it had a stack of drugs in it, not just caffeine.
Oh, okay.
You're on speed. It's legal speed. And then, of course, all those drugs got banned, and then it just becomes a caffeine pill plus marketing, which is what all fat loss supplements are nowadays. All legal over-the-counter fat loss supplements in most countries in the world. It's just a caffeine pill plus marketing. So, yes, it is quite hilarious to have a caffeine pill plus marketing nighttime edition. So they take the caffeine out. It's like, that's the only thing in it that works.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful. I love this. You're taking out the only thing that works,
available.
and then selling it to people. Amazing. What it's got some ginger root in it or some extract of some plant or something. I
don't
assume.
know, but
That's the marketing I'm talking about. Yeah.
nothing useful like melatonin or anything. In Australia, you can't even get melatonin anymore.
In Australia, they'll just put you in jail.
I mean, you need to get a script
Right.
because there's certain supplements that in America you can buy and it has melatonin in it, but then in the Australian, because I was looking at the Australian website version, doesn't have melatonin in one.
So they're selling
And
you
I
the
was like,
same
why
product,
didn't you
but it's
have
not
this?
the same
And
product.
it's like, oh, of course, because Australia won't allow real drugs that work.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a segue. Okay.
Right. So, the summary is winning and losing, it starts inside your own head. And how, what are you going to do about your position? Because your position is real. If you are low on the totem pole, if you have not accomplished much, that's the reason you're feeling bad about yourself. So what are you going to do now? That's the choice. Are you going to cope and seethe? Are you going to tear down somebody else? Are you going to diminish their accomplishments by saying it was easy for them when it wasn't? You can go that loser path. Or you can go, all right, I'm tired of being a loser. I accept responsibility for my decisions. Yeah. I say, like me, I hurt my back and I couldn't train. Shit happens. So a combination of I take responsibility for what I did and I understand that shit happens. Oh, well. What am I going to do now? I'm going to do what I can and take some positive steps. Then you will get results. Then you will start to trigger the winner effect. Then you will start to see yourself differently, which is crucially important. And then you'll start to see everybody else differently as well. And you won't be a dick about snacks or about somebody at the gym who looks better than you, because you're focused on yourself and you're focused on winning, and you actually are. And then you feel better. So you can choose to either redefine reality by saying that the hippo in the bathtub is a 9 or a 10, or you can change actual reality. So if you want to get real results, do the blitz. If you haven't done it already, I don't know what you're doing. Why haven't you done it already? It's been going for 1 million years. 1 million people have done it. Hundreds of millions, many millions of people have done it. A lot of people are doing it. I wish I could do it, Trump.
I need to meet Trump in real life.
That would be hilarious.
I would be so happy.
Success leaves clues. Surround yourself with winners. Do what winners do. And then you can win. And then all the bad feelings go away. That's a good summary. Hit the link. Till next time, have a good one.
Bye.